guys, my name is Nettie and today's video is so different than anything I've ever posted before. With everything going on right now and with my extra time, I really wanted to get on here and start filming videos, but it just didn't feel right to come on here, talk about makeup, talk about myself or something irrelevant with everything going on right now. And I just wanted to give back somehow, and so I decided to do this informational video. I know that what I'm talking about has a political nature, but I don't like to get political and I'm not an expert whatsoever. I am very much aware with the negativity surrounding this entire issue, and I know that a lot of people have their very strong opinions and everyone is entitled to their opinions, but I also know that every time I read a disgusting comment, it's fueled by ignorance. But I'm not gonna let that get to me, you know? At the end of the day, I want to help someone out. I want to spread this information to whoever wants to hear it or would like to hear it. So if you're not interested, thanks for the view, but go ahead and click out. I live in Los Angeles, California, so last week when the governor placed more strict stay-at-home restrictions, I couldn't help but think of all these people who are going to be seriously affected by the situation. They're going to be struggling financially and they're just going to deal with so much. So I did my research and I wanted to share some of these things that I found with you guys. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to share some resources. So if you guys want to go ahead and share this with your friends, family, or community, you can go ahead and do that. I'll also have this video filmed in Spanish and I'll have a link down below. The article that I found that I really liked came from Vox.com and the author is Catherine Kim. She made some really great points as to why undocumented immigrants are a vulnerable population right now, and I'll get into those. So number one is the income. So with all these restrictions, most of us have been given the luxury to be able to work from home or get paid time off or some type of compensation during this time. But let's be real, most of these immigrants just don't have that luxury. They don't get to just stay at home and they can't perform their jobs. So these workers are going to be left without an income for however long. They will struggle to pay their bills, their rent, and even just groceries to be able to stay indoors and quarantine and keep their families safe. So this is super concerning, and my heart goes out to all of these families who are struggling during this time. But like I said, I'll get into some of the resources that I found at the very end. Number two is access to healthcare. A lot of these immigrants are scared to visit hospitals and clinics that they're not familiar with, that they don't trust, because they're scared that going in and receiving these services will expose them to revealing their immigration status, which it might sound a little paranoid and crazy if you're unaware of the social climate right now. But earlier this year in February, Trump's administration placed a public charge rule. What this rule did is it basically made it hard for these individuals who receive Medicaid and certain healthcare benefits from the government to apply for citizenship down the road. These families struggle to go to the doctor on a regular flu season because they're either running on Medi-Cal, emergency Medi-Cal, or they are uninsured, which means that a visit to the doctor is very expensive. And they have to think twice before taking in their kid who might have a cold even. So being able to afford for these services right now is just out of the question for some of these families. Last week when I was doing my research, I know that California and New York were looking to lower the prices of testing for uninsured patients. And I think the range was from like $100 to $200. And that might not seem like a lot of money, but when you're already under the poverty line, this is a ton of money. So healthcare is an issue, clearly. It's always been for this community, and right now it's just extra scary. I wanted to share with you guys a quote that Catherine Kim shared, but the words are actually spoken by Louise McCarthy, which is let me look it up. She is the president of the Community Clinic Association of Los Angeles, and these are her words. Epidemics don't discriminate. They don't discriminate based on your documentation status, based on your income, or anything, and healthcare shouldn't discriminate either. I really like these words because they're full of truth. This epidemic is not targeting a certain type of population. It's not discriminating against anybody. So why would we deny healthcare to people who are suffering, people who are being affected by this disease, by this epidemic. It just doesn't make any sense. So I really want to share that with you guys just because it's something to think about, regardless of what your political stances are. At the end of the day, the world is fighting an epidemic and everyone should help each other. And lastly, I'm pretty sure that at this point, all of you guys already know, but the Senate is passing a stimulus package that will relieve a lot of businesses and a lot of taxpayers and really help them out during this really, really tough crisis. But undocumented immigrants are, of course, left out of this whole program entirely. You know, a lot of people have really strong thoughts about this again. And some people, I realize, are upset because they are thinking that undocumented immigrants don't pay their taxes, which is false. So, you know, this is a really big topic. This is a big issue. And I honestly don't see the government helping out this population as far as this program goes. But it's just something to think about. Again, these families are not going to be helped by the government. And while other families are relieved and other people get the help, these people are just going to be in a deeper hole than they already are. And things are going to get very complicated for them. So yes, I'm pretty sure I wrapped up what this article mentioned. And like I said before, a lot of the local clinics are doing a lot for these communities, and I wanted to share that. They're translating documents in their own language. They're scheduling phone consultations for people. They are putting together food banks. They are finding resources to gather food and diapers for families who are in need. Also, state schools have a website dedicated to immigrants, and they're updating those with information about COVID resources right now. So if you have a college student at home, I encourage you to tell them to check on their state school website because they will have some resources there. Another website that I really liked was CIYJA.org. This is the California Immigrant Youth Justice Alliance, and they have information for immigrants all year round. But of course, right now they're staying up to date with the coronavirus. They have a whole page dedicated to giving out information to people who may need it. And I really like the fact that they have resources according to your area. So depending on where you live, if you live in Northern California, if you live Southern California, like Los Angeles, Riverside, Moreno Valley, Coachella, depending on what area you live in, you click on the links that they have, and they have all kinds of resources for you to look at. So there's that. I also found another one on Instagram. Their name is Selachisme. They're passing out a petition right now for people to sign that will try to fight for healthcare for everybody. They also have information to access free food, information about stopping utility shutoffs. They also have information for rent and mortgage forgiveness, all kinds of things. So I'll have that link down below as well. So that's all I had to share with you guys. If you find any other resources that I missed, go ahead and send them to me. You can either comment them down below or send me an email, and I'll go ahead and share those with other people. I hope that this was helpful for some of you guys that needed some resources or just wanted to be informed. Again, my heart goes out to each and every one of these individuals who are facing a hard time, whether you're an immigrant or not. Everybody out there, we're all struggling. We're all in this together. So yes, that was all. I just want to tell you guys to be kind to each other. Stay safe. Don't go out with your friends. Just please stay home, wash your hands, and take care of yourself. I'll see you guys next time with a very different video. Till then, please be safe, guys. Bye.